house right here behind me. Big house out here, and I got some other stuff to do. So we're not even gonna upsell and do this roof. I'm not upsell it, but I'm gonna do it. Get too much going on, and nice easy day. Get the Flow Pro on. Go to turn on the pressure washer and get to work. Just all vinyl siding and just a wood deck out back, guys. Nothing too crazy. Sorry about that audio in the beginning, guys. It's usually why I'm dubbing over a lot of this stuff, because some of the audio just doesn't come through on the camera because I got the waterproof case and all that craziness. But, you know, typical house wash, guys. I just got one thing to do today. I need Callum for tomorrow. I went down to go check out a roof, and it would just be easier if I had him with me. You know, because I got some natural cedar shingles on the back, paint on the side, paint on the front with like clapboards, and I mean it's a very simple job. You know, just a box of a house. You know, roof on the front, roof in the back, no dormers. You know, easy. But I'd rather just have somebody there so somebody can spray down like the windows and especially the natural wood in the back. You really want to keep that wet and keep all any SH off of it. Especially, you know, that's not what you're cleaning either. You know, it's not like you're supposed to be brightening it up, and they don't want little spots everywhere. That wouldn't be a fun conversation to have. I mean, you do tell the customer that there can be and stuff like that, but especially if you didn't, you don't want to have that conversation. But back to the job, guys. You know, I just throwing on all my mix right now, and now I'm going out to the front, rinse down all the plants, hit all these windows. That's just kind of like the prep before you start spraying your chem, you know. And obviously you want to have property protection. Um, you know, maybe you have to tape off a door. You always should be covering outlets with. I use duct tape. Some people use like gloves and duct tape and just different. I don't know. But I would just definitely cover them, guys. There's always electricity going to it, and you're using stuff with salt in it. And the bleach is a huge conductor. Water is a conductor, of course. And even worse than that is that when the water, even just water, can make it arc if it has enough water running down through it, and it hits the screw in the box, and it's an old metal box. You don't want to have that much fun at the job site, all right? Trust me. Trust other people too that have been doing this. If you haven't hit an outlet yet, you will, no matter what. Cause the reason why I say that is because I've taped a whole entire house up, you know, and then just said, oh yeah, I'll do some of these railings from down here. And I didn't go up on this balcony before, and boom, outlet. Just see smoke burrowing out of it, man. Luckily the guy was cool. You know, I knock on the door. I'm like, hey man. And I was actually pretty calm about it. This was probably the fourth outlet in the whole season. I'm like, all right. We're going to just tape every single damn job every time. Triple check it, you know. That's what happens when you're rushing a job. You know, you just like, oh yeah, I'll just do this, da 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 da. That's how you kill plants, how you blow out outlets, you know. And you know, you could really actually burn somebody's house down, guys. This isn't just like, oh, I got to replace an outlet. Most of the time, you're not gonna burn their house down, but there have been people out there that have done that, and Jesus, I can't even imagine, honestly. That's really what I would be more concerned about. I'm not even really care about anything else, but I really don't want to burn somebody's house down. You know, like you know, you wreck somebody's deck with some paint on it. That's not bad, but you burn their whole house down. Now that's a conversation you don't want to have. And guys, right here, like always, man, I've been throwing on some 3% lately on my cedar shingles and on my wooden decks. So we pre-wet it, and we always just try it out anyway with just downstreaming, because sometimes it comes out pretty decent. A lot of the times lately, for me at least, it hasn't been coming out good at all, um, which I'm surprised because we're using a 1.8 injector. But it is what it is. So we throw on 3% and then we just heavily rinse it afterwards. I've been doing this stuff for years and I go back to the same properties all the time, and the wood's always perfectly fine. It looks great. You know, you touch it, it looks great. It doesn't have a bunch of cracks in it, or like discoloration or any of that. Any furring, you know, because you're not blasting it with a pressure washer either. But yeah, guys. I mean, if I showed you guys this deck video here, and I was telling everybody, oh yeah, I use some percarbonate, and then I use oxalic acid afterwards, and just said that that's what I'm spraying out of this little sprayer right here, everybody would be like, man, what an amazing job, Dave. This deck looks amazing. Look at this deck right now. It looks amazing. Everybody would be like, wow, Dave's a hero. He's the deck king, you know? But because I'm using some SH, everybody's like, oh, Jesus Christ. The end of the world's going to happen. I mean, look at that deck. Looks immaculate. And yeah, it's going to brighten up. That's a wet deck. That's what everybody shows you on their before and after pictures. And they're like, oh, look at that wood grain. Yeah, it's completely soaking wet, you know? But one thing is true though, guys. After you do like a deck with like a 3% mix, you really rinse it down. Sometimes you have to go a little closer with the M5 twist or even a 40 tip on certain decks for sure. You know, depending on mold and stuff like that. This deck here was like extremely easy. But after you clean it once and you're doing it like every year, you can basically just downstream it then, which is great. And yeah, that's what we usually do. And this is a new client, so obviously we had to hit it with 3%. But end of our video, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.